In this lesson, we'll be exploring levels of consciousness. In Chapter 1, we discussed planet Earth's planes of existence, the physical plane, which is the densest plane of existence, the mental plane, consciousness, thought, and action, and the spiritual plane, the realm of existence beyond the physical world. Dimensions exist in the spiritual plane. Remember, dimensions are not places. It's a vibration of frequency. It's a level of consciousness. We have first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and beyond levels of consciousness, which I'll be referring to as dimensions. The first and second dimensions are physical, dense matter worlds, animal and survival instincts, then learning how to move and live more in harmony with Mother Nature. In the third dimension, we are still in a physical, dense matter world. We still operate out of survival. But in this dimension, we're learning how to balance nature and our spiritual connection with it. There's a development of logic, reasoning, and intellect in this dimension. We have the development of our personality, ego, which is competitive in nature. Ego often rules in third dimension. It's a dimension of survival, duality, and materialism. In this dimension, the soul focuses more on its needs and wants. The energy of fear rules third dimension. Earth has been operating in the third dimension, which is dense and low frequency energy, for thousands of years. In this dimension, we experience our world filled with duality, a planet of opposites. We wouldn't understand pain if all we knew was pleasure. We wouldn't know we were sad if we only experienced happiness. In the third dimension, there are fundamental principles that govern our existence on Earth, and the law of polarity, which is everything in life has an opposite, is one of them. Planet Earth supports universal laws in the third dimension. There are many laws, but these 12 laws are the most familiar. The law of divine oneness. It's the interconnectedness with all things. The law of vibration. Everything is in constant motion, vibrating at a specific frequency. The law of correspondence. Our reality is a mirror of what's happening inside of us at that current moment. The law of attraction. Like attracts like. The law of inspired action. Taking actionable steps to invite what we want into our lives. The law of transmutation of energy. Seeking to uplift negative energy around us by maintaining positive thoughts and actions. The law of cause and effect. Every action has a reaction, positive or negative. The law of compensation. Your efforts will always come back to you. If you seek something, you must contribute. The law of relativity. How you relate it to others is how you determine what it is. The law of polarity. Everything in life has an opposite. The law of rhythm, cycles, and seasons. And the law of gender. The presence of both masculine and feminine energies in all aspects of life. Our 3D world is run with programs, patterns, and conditioning that are deeply ingrained in the human psyche. Humans are programmable and easily conditioned. When we learned a behavior that was repetitive, it became a pattern. We are basically conditioned anywhere that we interact in life. We all started our life journey programmed and learned our behavior through the environments which we were in. There are healthy patterns of behavior we all have learned. But because we live in a planet of opposites in the third dimension, there are also unhealthy patterns that we have learned as well. When an unhealthy or harmful pattern of behavior was repeated over and over, it often turns into a cycle of dysfunction, which often gets passed down through the generations. Those unhealthy patterns will often cause problems in our lives, and it will take effort to change them. In order to move through denser energy in the 3D world, we need to release pain we carry. We need to release and let go of limiting beliefs. We have to be the pattern breakers of our own dysfunctional programming. It does take some time to heal those things, but it is necessary in order to move up the ladder of consciousness. In the 4th dimension, there is more internal focus. You become more aware of your connection to everything. You become more aware of seeing yourself as part of the whole and not a separate individual. In this dimension, you take more responsibility for yourself, moving from competition to collaboration, moving from control to cooperation, looking for solutions to problems. In the 4th dimension, there's less judgment and less focus on what others think. You're looking for more meaningful relationships in all areas of your life. I personally believe rising to 4th dimension consciousness involves forgiveness work. This can be difficult. A soul may get stuck for a significant amount of time on planet Earth in the 3rd dimension if they refuse to forgive. Forgiveness work is required in order to shift our consciousness and vibration. 5th dimension is the ego death, as some spiritual teachings refer to. I prefer to call it the death of old beliefs, old programs and conditioning, and letting go of old aspects of life. It's really a collapse of the old world. Souls live in a state of unity, love, and higher consciousness in the 5th dimension. They live their life that's their creation of heaven on earth, or the new earth. Ascended masters, souls who once walked this earth, conquered the 3rd dimensional earth. They transcended the laws governed in the 3rd dimension by raising their consciousness into higher dimensions. I can only imagine how challenging that must have been in such a heavy, dense world. Hey, if this were easy, we would all be living in 5th dimension right now. But thankfully, I feel we don't have to do the intensive groundwork like the Ascended Masters had to do in order to move out of 3rd dimension. In my personal beliefs, I feel Ascended Masters laid a lot of the groundwork for us. Their love and light that they have brought into this planet is part of the path that's guiding us now, and it's a gift to us all. We are living in a time where planet Earth is shifting in consciousness. It is believed that we have just entered the age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius represents a new era of human consciousness, spiritual growth, and social change. Humanity is on the verge of a massive shift in consciousness, moving out of 3rd dimension into the 4th dimension. Energy moves faster in 4D than it does in 3D. We have to do the inner work and clear out our soul issues before moving up the ladder of consciousness. 5th dimension consciousness is a much higher frequency, and the 3rd dimension consciousness cannot exist in the 5D vibration. As you can see, we must do the inner work while we are living on planet Earth if we truly want to keep evolving as souls. For souls who do want to take part of ascending their consciousness from 3rd to 4th dimension, they will undergo series of change and transformation. Many will feel spiritual initiations taking place in their life. In the 3rd dimension, we often carry hurt, shame, blame, and frustration when our soul is in pain. Forgiving ourselves, forgiving others, is something we'll all have to deal with eventually if we want to move off the wheel of karma in the 3rd dimension. We will have to heal our heart. It's part of our soul training. In order to move on and not stay stuck in anger, pain, hate, and destructive emotions that we often carry in the third dimension, we must learn how to heal our heart. Forgiveness work is necessary. When you choose to heal your heart, it also helps transform the planet and assists the earth in her ascension. This earth is full of distractions in the third dimension, and those distractions will try to pull you off your soul evolution path. It's guaranteed. Part of soul training is not giving up when in a difficult growth period. It's not about winning or losing, passing or failing. It's about expanding one's awareness, releasing limited beliefs, opening our hearts and expressing our true self in the world to be of greater service to one another. It's learning how to forgive oneself and others. This is how we move out of third dimension.